Here is why your husband's cheap. 1, the bedroom's completely boring. You don't want to try anything new or do anything at all. He's been asking for years for you to do that one thing and only for you to give him that look like, what are you, sick? But yet the Sancho's willing to do that, not only in bed, but in the car, and she lets him film it. 2, you make him feel like a failure. You've ridiculed him for years, you insult him in front of friends, you call him a 3rd or 5th child, you have no faith in his decision making, you have 0 respect for him. Meanwhile, someone else comes along in his life, makes him feel like the man he once was, when the man that you married, doesn't roll her eyes or make faces for every one of his jokes he tells, and he starts feeling like himself again. 3, he's curious. Ladies, believe it or not, men hit a second puberty around their mid-30s. That's when everything comes into its full form and they're in their prime. You were all he's ever known since he was 21. Now he's getting attention from beautiful women. Before you know it, curiosity gets the best of him. And last trigger warning, you let yourself go. You are no longer the woman you once were. You don't want to do anything. You're no longer the spontaneous, fun woman he once knew, and he's bored. And now, why do married women cheat? Guys, reason number 1, you're born in bed. You don't listen to her. Any suggestion she offers you take as an insult. And plus, you're incredibly selfish. You don't do anything for her. It's all one-sided. It gets to the point where you're not even listening to her anymore, and she doesn't even want to try. 2, you made her feel unappreciated. You don't talk to her anymore. She's not the priority in your life. You have others above her. You don't take her out for date nights. And as the years have gone by, you've treated her now as a roommate, then a spouse. She's lonely and emotionally starved for attention, and you didn't give it to her. 3, she's curious. She's lost all the baby weight. She looks good. She's going to the gym. She's got her confidence back. She fits into those jeans she hasn't worn in over 10 years, and she's getting a lot of male attention. You're all that she's ever known since she was 21, so now she's curious what other men feel like. And eventually, curiosity gets the best of her. And last, guys, trigger warning, you let yourself go. You have no ambition, no plans, no drive. You're not even taking care of yourself. You're not where you want to be because you're blaming everybody else. Meanwhile, she's climbing the corporate ladder, making a success of her career, and meanwhile, you're playing video games at home. Women are not attracted to an unambitious man. If that's not you, she'll find it somewhere else. So last week, I conducted a social experiment. I posted 2 videos on why your husband or wives cheat. Now, the reasons for each video were identical. 1, problems in the bedroom. 2, you're making them feel unappreciated or not respected. 3, curiosity. And 4, you let yourself go. But I made no comments about weight. I posted these videos for 2 reasons. 1, I wanted to see which video would get the most traction and engagement. 2, I wanted people to see these stories, which are real from real men and women, as cautionary tales, and the results are shocking. The video on why your husbands cheat is currently at 630,000 views with over 2,700 comments, while the video on why your wives cheat is only at 29,000 with less than 200 comments. And out of the 2,700 comments in the husband video, most of the themes in the comment thread were 1, these aren't reasons, these are excuses. Cheaters are low-life pieces of crap. 2, if he's not happy, he can leave. Let him go. 3, way to blame the women. It's always the women's fault. And 4, just straight insults. And after searching through all 2,700 comments, I've counted less than 100 comments from women who understood the story and understood what I was trying to say. And according to the audience retention data, after 10 seconds of watching that video, 50% of the audience left. 50% of the 600,000 people that saw that video left. They heard what they wanted and reacted and didn't pay attention, which tells me a lot of people out there aren't even listening. Also to note, I captured over 400 tags to 2 female creators, hoping that these creators would come have me for lunch or tear me apart. I find it odd when people don't like what they hear, they automatically go to these creators to attack men. That's another story. I also caught many comments saying, well, do a wives video. I'm like, it's literally right next to it. These 2 videos were posted at the same time last week, same hashtag, same song, same everything, yet no one looked at it or chose to view it. So what does all this data tell me? It tells me that no one cares about marriage anymore. No one wants to put in the work anymore. All I saw in the comments, the majority, 95% of the comments were, if he's not happy, he can leave. I think I saw 2 comments that said, wow, I love my husband. If he was feeling that way, I'm going to do my best to make things work. No, I'm not putting it on the wife. It takes 2 people to make a marriage work, but I saw no effort in the comments. All I saw was hate, blame, insulting, no accountability. I don't want to be that guy that says that, but the evidence is right there. Keep in mind, all the stories I shared, these were how the men and women felt before the act of cheating happened. So it can be prevented. It can be prevented, okay? And if your husband or wife is not in a good place and you see that, make the effort to save it. Don't quit and say you can leave. That's pathetic. And that says a lot about your character. Marriage is a beautiful thing. In all the stories, get this, all the stories I shared, men and women were 10 years deep married. They never thought they would cheat, but they did. People can change. Things happen. Don't let this happen to you. Okay, I completed my analysis of the top reasons why wives cheat video, and you're going to find there's a complete contrast to the other. And just for reference, this video only had at the time 29,000 views and less than 200 comments versus the other video, which had 630,000 views and 2,700 comments. Now, there were a lot more men in this comment thread than women, but they weren't angry. More or less, they were upset about vows, that how vows are no longer sacred. There were the other young men saying, stay single, don't get married, guys. There were also men and women confirming these reasons, saying, yep, these are valid, I've seen this happen, it happened to me. Men, take notes. So the atmosphere in this video was more of a acceptance, more of a realization of how bad things are, and how people don't hold the vows of a marriage sacred anymore. As compared to the other video where it was just hostile, attacking, and just name-calling and blame-shifting. And I did see some creators out there saying that the reason this video did not perform well is because the hook was not the same as the other video. Well, the retention rate shows that at 10 seconds, I still held 52% of the audience, which is identical to the other. And one last thing I want to say that was a total shock to me is the after effects of this experiment. I've had plenty of women stitch my videos, calling me a gaslighter, I'm shifting the blame, and we're blaming women.
That is because a lot of men tend to cheat more. I'm not saying women don't cheat, but let's be real. Men tend to cheat a lot more. Now, in the comment section in the husband's video, there is a lot of women standing up to this, as we should, because we know that we now no longer have to take blame or accountability, as a lot of the comments say, for our spouse choosing to cheat on us. But what we need to do is we need to stop spreading this narrative that if you get cheated on, it is most likely because of something you did. Again, the shift blaming is just no.
I'm just going to stop you. I'm going to stop you right there. You don't need to say anything else because there's no reason to cheat. And the only reason you're making that video is what, to justify yourself? No.
Sir, who hurt you? God.
Well, on the other hand, I've had a lot of men make comments like these. Men are thankful for this information. There are men out there now reevaluating their lives and how they treat their spouse because of this data. They are taking accountability, and that makes me pretty damn proud.